What's up, YouTube? Alright, it's going to be my first instructional video. I'm going to show you how I do big truck brakes. Now, as you can see, I've already got the tires off. I'm going to take the drum off after I get ahead of myself, loosen the slack adjuster. And I'm going to move it. Can't really show what I'm doing. Alright, as you can see, there's the slack adjuster, and I'm on the adjusting nut there. And I'm going to, holy crap, that might help if I'm going the right way here. Alright, I'm loosening it up. Take the tension off the S-cam so we can get the drum off. Alright, first little tip. If your slack adjuster doesn't, this is an automatic slack adjuster. If your slack adjuster is not popping like that, and it doesn't have any tension when you're in reverse, that means it's bad. It's going to get out of adjustment, and it's not going to keep the brakes good. So, that's a good sign that the slack adjuster is in good shape. And I hate automatic slack adjusters because of this fact. The old manual slack adjusters, where you have the little tool that you stick up and pull the little release pin out, then you have your little specialty ratchet, and they're a lot faster and easier to unloosen, but whatever. This is a 2015 Crane Carrier cab over trash truck. Try to keep it. You can see I'm just getting the shoe loosened on the drum so we can get the drum off. I'm gonna set you back over here. I finally got a little tripod for my phone. Haven't got a GoPro yet. Hang on. I'm no professional mechanic. I don't even really consider myself a mechanic yet. I'm just a parts changer. I've only been doing this for about 6 months, but I do run the shop myself. Here it comes. These things aren't like me. Look at this drum. This one's not too bad, but as you can see, let me get my little light out. It's got some heat crack, but it's really got a pretty good sized lip, and it's hard to feel it, but it's pretty rough. We're gonna go ahead and change them because I don't want them ruining the new shoes, brake shoes, and it's got a pretty good lip on it, so it's time. Put this out of the way. Look there. Alright. Get y'all a little closer on here. That way. I'm gonna move y'all over here. Oh, sorry. My bad. Okay. Well, I'll be daggone. This stupid tripod. Piece of junk. Okay. I don't know if he's wanting to fall forward. Like that. Okay. As you can see here, this is the S-cam. You can see these rollers the S-cam rides on, and the S-cam is the shaft that runs back to the slack adjuster back there. And that's your brake pod. Your air goes into your brake pod and it pushes it up and it rotates the S-cam, and that's what spreads the shoes out and against the drum. And you can see these pads are, they got a little bit of life left, but they're pretty close to the rivets, and of course once they get to the rivets and the rivets start eating into the drum, then it ruins the drum. So we're changing them. Okay. Kit. Okay. Now, we're going to take, actually first we're going to keep on loosening this slack adjuster up. You want to get it to where it's in the slot on these so he has the least amount of tension on the spring to get it out. Jesus. This can't just roll as I'm doing this. Of course, I always feel like I'm wearing these slack adjusters out. Constantly get popping like this. And unless you take the slack adjuster off, you really no other way else to loosen these up. Blah, 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 blah. Getting close. We're there. Handy snap-on swivel and my little stubby 7/16 Matco impact. Works good on these slack adjusters. You don't really have a lot of room, some of these, the way they're angled in there. Now we got our brake spring tool pry-bar. This ain't a snap-on. It's like a OTR or something. Made in USA. No, Brake Tech Tools. Huh. Okay, this will be kind of hard to angle them in here, but stick that fork up in there, and you get it up under the spring. I'll try to. Actually, I don't know how to turn the camera around. Maybe. Oh, that didn't work. Oh well. I don't know why I can't turn the camera around in the middle of the video. Well, that sucks. Okay, anywho, you can see where I'm up under that spring. We're just gonna push that spring and pull it, and then get it off that. There it goes. Alright. Spring popped out, as you can see. And over here, you've got, this is a this is a 4709 shoe kit. It's an OTR part number. We use Fleet Pride for our truck parts, most of them, and that's their brand. OTR, we use OTR drums, brake pods, and shoes. But this is the single pin, as you can see, and there's no bushings or anything you have to drive out with that special. I have the air hammer tool. You have to drive those bushings out when there's two separate. One for each shoe that it rides on. I like these better because you don't have to mess with them. But you can see the two springs that just hold that side together. It's pretty simple, actually, once you do them. But I'm going to put you back over there. Pop these loose. Take the springs off. That shoe in, and then we'll take this one off. Easy as that. Okay, now I'm going to check for, you always check your play and your S-cam. We're going to, okay. It's fairly tight. I need to grease it, of course, and always greasing your slack adjuster and your S-cams will tighten them up a little bit, tighten the bushings up in there. There's little plastic, some of them are plastic, some of them are like urethane, plastic urethane type bushings or whatever. Somebody put that on wrong. Huh. Yeah, it's not supposed to go like that. It's supposed to go the other way. But anywho, this one's pretty tight. But really, the biggest thing I don't like is in and out. And there's hard. They're really these are actually really good. You could use some grease and be good. But so now I'm just gonna look at these bits and throw the new shoes on. Everything looks pretty good. I mean, these are 15 model trucks, so I really wouldn't expect the S-cams already to be wore out, but I have done them on these 15 models already. But it's like a maintenance, really. Okay, here's the new shoe kits. See the OTR 4709 E2s. Focus. Oh well. Okay. Now on these shoes, you can see right, I guess you can see that. Right there's the little pin that the hook hooks up on, and that's what holds the shoes together. And what brings them back together when you let off your brake and you really release the air. So, we're going to set this up. First we're going to put, here's the kit that it comes with. You've got the little springs and then one big spring, and then you got the 2 rollers that rides on it. We're going to pull it out. Here is the roller, and it's got these little spring clips that hold it in place. Try to put them in here. Okay, we're going to stick them in here like that. And they're slot. We're going to press these little springs. See this little hole right there? Yeah. Those springs go in that little hole right there, and that's what kind of holds it in place for you. Then we're going to set it on the S-cam there, or in the slot, and then the other side goes back up here. Like so, right there, rides on there. Like I said, this is the newer style where you don't have those stupid pins that you got to replace. And we're going to take our little springs, put one right there, hang one there, and we're going to hang one on the back side, like so. And like I said, I'm not a professional at this. This is just the way I do it. I've done it the other ways, and this seems to be the easiest way, I think. I mean, of course, I'm sure there's a lot of people that do it differently, but okay. Now we're going to lay back right there, and attempt to. This tripod kind of sucks. Going to hang this is kind of sucky little. It's not hard, but sometimes they try to fight with you. Right there. Take this spring, put it in the other hole right there. There we go. And these just let it hang there. Actually, usually I forgot. I usually put this in first, but I had myself that booger in there. Anything in there. Sometimes these like to fight with you too. These little, they get kind of bent. They get out of the groove and they don't want to go in there. Why are you fighting me? Somebody just got hit. Okay, then we're going to swing it up in place. Back over here. Okay. As you can see, I've got it back up here. I'm going to knock them up. Ah, shoot. Well, let's just slack it up a little bit and get it up in there. Actually, I need to tighten it. There we go. There we go. Now it's up in the slot. Okay. This is the most tricky part. Sometimes it can go real easy. Sometimes it can be a pain in the butt. Okay, and I always hook the bottom one first. Get down, you just drop it down in there and kind of hook it. That bottom piece, like so. Well, I can get it. Sometimes you just can't get your hand in there to see what you're doing. Okay. hand. There you little bugger. Okay. Now, the important thing is to always, in my opinion, when you put the hook on, you want it to hook pulling to you with the tool. That way when you go to take it off, when you pry up on it, you just push it and it pops off the back. You don't ever want to have to pry up and pull. It just does not work very well. And I know that from experience. We're going to stick our tool on top of the roller here and try to get underneath that spring. There we go. Like so. Oh, get my arm out of the way here. We're going to fish it up behind in the center there. I can get it. Sometimes they don't. They get kind of a pain in the butt. Sometimes it wants to twist. Get sure. Move you a little closer here. See what I'm doing. Let me get that spring twisted. There we go. Pull it right there. Now I'm going to pry up on the spring. Pull it to me. Sometimes, well, that one's trying to be a little pain in the butt, of course. There we go. Just didn't pull hard enough, I guess. What? Oh my gosh. Okay, take two. Like I said, sometimes, I promise, the other side went on first try. But it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes it's just luck. Let's take this big glove off. I may not have had that spring lined up properly. Okay. Take two. New little horse. Okay, I'm pretty sure I got it that time. There we go. Now, I always take a flashlight and look back in here in the back and make sure it's on there all the way. See? It's not. It's not in the proper slot. So what I do is I just take a little pry bar and get in behind there and kind of pull it over and knock it in place like that. Yeah. There it goes. Yeah. Now it's in place. And I always look down at the bottom, make sure I got that one on properly. It looks like it. No, it's not. Get it hooked there. I'm pretty daggone sure this one is the top one. Yeah, it's on. All right. And that, my friends, is all there is to it. Make sure everything's good and tight. They're on there. Okay. Now, we're gonna throw the new drum on. Dadgum, look at me. Wipe my crap on my face. I lost my little snap-on screwdriver. Man, I just washed my face too. Trying to get pretty for the camera. That didn't last very long. Brake dust gets everywhere. Oh, look, now I get a little bit off. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Been balanced congestion lately. We are going to get the other drum. I got a little fancy drum picker up. We actually pulled this thing out of the trash. I'll show you how it works here. Sorta. Pull up here. Hook it. Just pick it up. And then roll it over to the hub. so. See, it's got this little adjustment. Raise it up, lower it, fit over the hub. This is actually the first time I've used it. Well, I used it on the other side, but it didn't actually slide all the way on. I just kind of let it fall there or whatever. It really helps just carrying it out of the tire ring where I store it. I need to just get down here and manhandle them. Spin them to your lugs and your studs. There you go. Simple as that. Now, what was I going to do? Okay. I'm going to chalk the wheels, front axle, and release the brakes so we can adjust the slack adjuster, tighten them up back to where they need to be. Just hold on 1 second while I do that, because I'm by myself. I don't want to get around. Seated up on there all the way. Oh yeah, I need to go release the brakes. Okay. For some reason, I forgot I had to put the tires on the other side because I needed the other jack to change the tire on the 18 wheeler when he came in. But we're basically going to go back to the same adjusting nut on the slack adjuster. What we're going to do, with the brakes released, is how you adjust the brakes. With air supply to the system, this is a dual chamber pod. You've got your service side and your emergency side. With no air, the spring and the emergency side puts pressure up on the rod and, of course, it applies the brakes. When you send air to the emergency side, it pushes that pancake out that way and pulls it out and then releases them, and then you got no tension. And then when you apply your brakes, and it sends air to the front side of the pod, and then it applies the brakes. So with the brakes, no air to them, tighten them all the way up, nice and tight. And I like to look at the drum and make sure it's still seated properly. And it is. Sometimes they'll get a little cattywampus. That's pretty tight. Now we back it off 1/4 of a turn. Alright? That's about straight up and down. And the good thing about having the swivel is you can swivel it up and down and get around things when you're trying to adjust it, so you can make sure you're trying to get a perfect 1/4 of a turn. So I'm going to swivel all the way back behind here. Alright, there's a 1/4 turn. There. Still be able to a little bit. Well, I really can't turn this on. Oh well, that'll work. Alright, that's how you adjust them. And now I'm going to go, well, I'm not going to show you this because the tires are on. I don't have to crawl up underneath the truck to do it. But that, my friends, is how you do a full brake job on the big truck. Thanks for watching, and more videos to come.